And I do not think it sets a good precedent when the President of the United States and the Justice Department under him uses police force to indict its political opponents in the middle of an election and then issue gag orders to say that that opponent during the presidential election can't even talk about that relevant set of issues. I just don't think that's a good precedent, and I don't want to see that in one direction or the other. That's wrong.
Exactly. Why did they wait, what, 2 to 3 years to indict Trump on something he said 2 to 3 years ago in a phone call? All right, hello, my name is Mr. WhyzGuy. Welcome to my humble little channel on the internet. But before we get into whatever this video is, leave a like. And comments are great too, but comments specifically. I don't know your thoughts if you don't throw it down in the comments below, so come on now. Thoughts, thinks. We're gonna be watching the interview of Vivek Ramaswamy on TYT, so I hope you enjoy this very short clip.
I say I'd love to see it because Donald Trump has broken about a dozen laws, and you'd say you'd pardon him on every one of those criminal actions.
Well,
so okay.
Zhang's entitled to his opinion.
I think part of the reason why is that those laws that are alleged to be broken, I don't believe have been broken here. If I did believe that and believe it was definitive, then I wouldn't adopt the position that I do. Every case brought against him levels a novel legal theory never before used. So for the particular case that you asked about, and I believe in getting into details, details matter. If you're going to convict somebody criminally, yes, the details doggone well matter. So the Presidential Records Act explicitly lays out the criteria for what documents a prior president.
This guy actually knows his stuff. Like, bro, come on now. This guy knows his stuff. Unless throw it down in the comments below if you think he's just pulling all this thing out of his behind. If that's what you guys think, like, throw it down in the comments below. Remember, criticisms are granted. They will be pinned. They will be pinned to the top of these, to the top of my tiny little microscopic channel. I wanna hear it. I wanna hear it. Roast me in the comments below with my grammar too.
Is and is not able to access. If you don't like the law, change the law. But part of the reason is that we already entrust the U.S. president with making all kinds of incredible judgments, whether or not to use nuclear weapons on down. So yes, that same president we do entrust when leaving office with access to those same records. The judges have interpreted it, and even in the Clinton sock drawer case, as it related to Bill Clinton, revealing undoubtedly classified information afterwards, a judge explicitly came down on interpreting that statute. So I believe
he seriously actually knows his things.
In the Wall Street Journal and elsewhere.
You see how they're, I'm actually gonna count this. Like, they interrupt this guy so much. Anna does it way more than Jank, but like, well, you know, women's gonna be a woman. You can bust my chops in the comments below for that comment. I would stick to it though. So yeah, women's gonna be a woman.
But why am I bothering talking about it as opposed to legal scholars elsewhere? Let them debate.
Let me start that over.
Classified information afterwards.
But yeah, they interrupt way too many times. I swear. And then she has the nerve to be like, "Oh, why are you interrupting me?" Like, bro, you've been doing it the entire time. When I say she, I mean Anna. Anna says that later.
Judge explicitly came down on interpreting that statute. So I believe this out in detailed articles in the Wall Street Journal and elsewhere. But why am I bothering talking about it as opposed to legal
That's an
scholars
interruption.
elsewhere? Let them debate it. My job is to unite this country. And I do not think it sets a good precedent when the President of the United States and the Justice Department under him uses police force to indict its political opponents in the middle of an election and then issue gag.
Exactly. Why did they wait, what, 2 to 3 years to indict Trump on something he said 2 to 3 years ago in a phone call? Like, bro, if you really wanted to convict him because you thought he was a criminal, why would you wait until like right before he's about to like run for election? Or he's already running. I think maybe he announced. I don't know if he announced. I think he announced by this time. But like, seriously, like this, I'm like, why? Why do you do this? It makes you look so like bad faith and corrupt. Like, and it's the DOJ, and the DOJ is run by the executive branch, and the executive branch, the leader of the executive branch is Joe Biden. Just so you understand the logical trail on that one. Like that's what makes this seem like so weird. Like why would you wait until after? Like that's just so it's like so corrupty. It's like, oh, quick, we gotta like bring up that evidence. Like, why wouldn't you? Like, bro, it's just so disingenuous. There's a word for it. It's gross. It's gross. Like they decide to wait until Trump decides to run again to be like, actually, well, we're gonna bring up all these old accusations of things that you've done a year ago. No, 2 to 3 years ago. And we're gonna bring that stuff up again because we don't want you running again. We gotta indict you now. Like, bro, you should have indicted him like as that happened if you really thought that was a big issue that he had or something. Like, come on now.
Gag orders to say that opponent during the presidential election can't even talk about that relevant set of issues. I just don't think that's a good precedent, and I don't want to see that in one direction or the other. That's wrong.
All right, so you made it to the end. Thanks for watching. And what do you guys think? Throw it down in the comments below. Like, come on now, just do it. The bottom part, this part. Oh my God, this part. Come on now, let's do it. It's fun to interact with you guys, so don't be boring. Be interesting, and I'll see you in the next one.